that. And I mean, it's horrible. And that's one thing that does concern me, is that they could be sex trafficking. So that's what, and remember that whole story, Jen, we did it with the guy from the owner of the New England Patriots. He got busted that one, you know what I mean? Those massage parlors he used to frequent. Florida strip mall. Yeah, in Tampa.
Yeah.
But in Florida, they're literally like every 2 blocks, and they're open 24 hours. And whenever we're there, it'd be like midnight. And Tracy's like, let's go get our feet rubbed. I'm like, at 1 a.m. Really? Do you think I don't? Tracy. She's like, what do you mean?
You're not rubbing your toes, Tracy.
I don't think it's, I mean, I guess we could, but I'm not sure, but the bottom line of all of this is, totally legalized sex work. Number one would be a start, to stop a lot of, bad things that are going down because it's illegal. And you know what I mean? There's no regulation that's to start, plus I do think like a lot of them, if it was regulated and legalized, there would be security where, you know what I mean? They could have security at the door, which like a bar is allowed to, because it's legal. So I believe, that they should.
Well, it needs some sort of like public health that stops in and like make sure, not just public health though, like maybe like counselors or something, like somebody that stops
also in when they are right. And when a lot of these sex workers of any street workers, any of them are abused, they don't report it, which, right there alone, it needs to be legalized for that. Because,
and they need to check in that all these women, that everything's on the up and up, like that they're there of their own choice.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm like, sex work needs to be legalized, because I'm all for making money anyway. You know what I mean? You got to make it, but there needs to be, someone to kind of keep that all in check, and for their safety, of course, for the sex workers' safety, it needs to be a thing. So,
well, and I think the men as well, like if you have it safe, it is regulated, back to porn and people being tested for STDs and stuff like that, because a lot of these men are going home to girlfriends, wives, boyfriends, husbands, whatever. Like, you don't want them bringing stuff home to them either.
Well, and it's so, there's an area here where all the sex workers are out on the street, and they're drug addicts, and they look so horrific. And just the fact that makes me sick to know that some guy's paying them to have sex in their condition. Besides, it's just so sad. It's just beyond. And when I see these, these young girls, they overdose, and, they were out on the street, and I'm just like, I don't know what kind of monster has sex with someone,
right?
That's it's a lot. It's just a lot. So I mean, my fans only story is pretty bad, so we'll just skip over that, but let's just stick with fans only. I think something is going to have to go down, because what I've learned is there's many underage girls on there. That I learned. And all of this is new. Lauren, I didn't get a chance to watch the documentary. I know you did.
Yeah, I watched the one I think it's ABC that produced it, and it's currently on Hulu. Yeah, and they interviewed and kind of followed around some of the people that have accounts, and like, I mean, it was really enlightening to just hear their story and like why they're doing it and how much they make.
Oh, yeah. But they were of age.
Yeah,
obviously.
They were all,
right.
Yeah.
And they didn't go into a lot. Obviously, it wasn't a documentary where they kind of went dark with like, this is what's really could. No,
it was more like shedding a light on like the reality of it and how it works, more in I would say more in a positive acceptance tone.
Yeah. Well, I think that everything has its good and bad, but when you get into, someone's going to have to come down on them. They need to be able to do more tracking and research on how old a lot of those girls are, or how many of those accounts where you're looking at these young girls are dudes that are getting them wasted and using them to make money on their OnlyFans, which is the situation that happened.
That's so like that. I just can't.
They were shooting her up with heroin and videotaping and changing her clothes and putting it up on a site. So,
what's sad is that they're doing it, but it's even sadder that people are paying to watch that. Like,
but I'm wondering how many really know.
It doesn't matter if they know or not. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming that the girl doesn't look with it if she's like,
right. That I understand. Yes. Right.
Like they know this is not a willing participant or like a,
right.
I can't think of the word.
I'm sure some of the photos and videos are cropped or filmed in a way that kind of makes it impossible to tell that. So what you're seeing,
I don't know. I kind of feel like what they're looking for is the ones that don't want it to look like it's on the up and up.
Yeah. I mean, Lauren, I don't know.
I feel like there's probably a lot of business for that sort of stuff.
The most popular porn was always called amateur teen porn. Those were the best selling. And they claim these girls were 18. A lot of them are not. They're in their 20s. You know what I mean? And this was, I'm going back. But yeah, I mean, it was just, there was so much of it and they wanted a lot of them to believe they were 18. None of them really were, but they would dress them up. Obviously, the whole Britney Spears and that schoolgirl video. I remember when that came out, people were like, oh, creepy, not good. So yeah, well, that's very enlightening. Do we have anything uplifting? Because
I've got a sort of a really random, but this is good because Tina's here and Tina's really, really smart.
Oh God, no, don't rely on me for that.
Well, like you're like our adult and like you make good choices.
It's way more sure than
so I'm just outside of Toronto. So our housing market here is booming. So like my house, I could probably get, if I pushed it, 5 times what I paid for it. Ooh. The thing is, there's nowhere else to go.
Where are you going to go?
Exactly.
Thank you. Because we're looking at the same thing.
Well, I had an idea where I might go the other day.
Oh, boy. Norway?
No, we can talk about Norway later. What if I buy a bar in the Caribbean?
Well, sure.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Why not?
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm absolutely like, let's go.
Yeah, we're all coming to visit.
Yeah.
I was looking at real estate in St. Martin. The bars are crazy cheap because there's no tourists there. There's no cruise ships going there right now.
Well, then how are you going to make your money?
Because they'll come back.
Oh, I see. You're counting on the business.
They'll come back at some point. So I can sell this place for a ton of money.
Right.
And then I can pick up a bar for next to nothing.
Right. I don't know. I'm feeling like I guess you just can't buy a little, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess you got to make an income. Like you're not going to make enough to just like retire out in St. Martin.
Oh, I wish, but no.
No. Why St. Martin?
That's my favorite island.
Okay. Because I was thinking St. Thomas gets more action.
Yeah, but I feel like there's so much there already.
Okay, right.
St. Thomas is very commercial.
Yeah, and they don't always just depend on the ship. So that's why I thought of I love St. Martin too. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. And if you were to buy a bar there, me and Danielle will definitely come. Like probably as soon as you close on it.
Well,
I'm willing to be your first customer. If that's what you need, I'll give you that first $1.
At least Tina drinks. Cindy doesn't even drink. So she's useless coming to visit me. At least I can make off Tina.
No, Danielle
I can give you a profit.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's
is this
like
the dumbest idea in the world?
Oh no, I mean, and so how is money gonna work with your Canadian dollar? Is that St. Martin?
So there was one bar I was looking at is 110,000 US.
The one with the OSU signs in front of it?
It's called Lazy Lizard.
Okay. I just saw one for 110.
Now, are you looking at Caribbean bars too? Let's go, Lauren.
Oh, I'm not going to, can't afford one, but I'll come visit.
It's 110 Canadian?
US. So that's like 140, 150 Canadian. So I can probably 500,000 Canadian for my house.
So where would you sleep?
Well, I would have to obviously rent a place to stay.
Yeah.
I bet some of those bars have like a little apartment.
That's what thank you, Lauren. I'm just thinking, like, is there an apartment upstairs?
Okay, looking for apartments was literally the hardest part of it though, because everything is like vacation geared apartments. So they're like super expensive.
Right.
So I think there needs to be like, there must be another site that like locals look at.
Yes. Yes. Do you know anybody that lives there?
No, not a single person.
Because you just pass through every time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember very distinctly cigarettes were so cheap in St. Martin, and I had quit smoking many years prior to my trips there, and I was always buying cartons for my friends. It was like $9 for a whole carton of Marlboro. It's like $10 for one pack here.
Well, if the bar business doesn't work down,
you could just
sell here.
You could just smuggle cigarettes. Yeah, they were really cheap there. It was crazy, but. How was the hurricane? I got a friend who had a condo there, and they had it bad with the hurricane.
It's all cleaned up from the hurricane.
So everything is good to go there.
Which there could be another one in 6 months. So that's another issue.
So is this bar located in the French area or where the ships come in?
No, the Dutch side. It's like right on the beach. Like it comes with like 50 beach chairs.
Right.
Like
is that
on the ocean? And it's like walking distance to the pier.
So that's like not where the ships come in. You're at the other side.
Where the ships dock.
Oh, there. Okay. Yeah. I love, with the little strip. Yes. And the little okay. Cause I know you could drive like 20 minutes to go to the French side, right? Though they speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go to the naked beach.
The naked beach.
Mm-hmm. That's over there.
Okay. Well, houses are very hot right now in my area. And we even get letters in the mail of people saying, would you please sell us your house? So it's like, so Danielle is like, oh, we could get so much money. And we're both like, yeah, but where are we going to go? Because everything is
That's the thing. There's nowhere else to go.
Everything's so overpriced. So my daughter's in good shape, first time home buyer. So when she finds something, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what else did we have? Because I have notes. All right, you guys want to hear what I did? So stupid. All right, I watched this documentary on, I don't know what it was on, Netflix, whatever, and it was all about, they took these 3 average people and tried to make them Instagram famous. It's like a documentary. Did you guys see that? I wish to God I knew the name of it now. So they took 3 random people that didn't really have a lot of followers, but they wanted to be influencers. These 3, right? So they bought them all these Instagram likes. And I learned so much about how buying these Instagram followers, and you can even buy likes. Right? So I was like, oh, I want to see. They were talking about these bots and how like they mimic other people's profiles. And I'm going to tell you whatever the numbers are for how many people are on Instagram. I think only a quarter of that's real.
Really?
Yeah. Like that's how many of these fake bots they are. Oh, sure. So I decided I was going to go to the website that they use.
Oh no!
And for $7.99, I bought 1,500 likes because it was the lowest you could buy.
Oh right? My God!
I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy them, and I want to like see like who these bots are, you know. So within like 4 hours, I had like all these. So many more followers. And I was like going through all the different people that are, on there.
Do they look like real people? Or?
I mean, some do. and then some don't. So it's like the most bizarre mix. So I must have fell into a 3-hour hole of just looking at who these bot people are. Is that weird?
Yeah, very.